trying to make sure that the next generation understand who they are first. Because in trying to be able to get into a new space, you will have to first understand who you are. Understand what are the potentials that you carry. If you understand who you are, you understand the potentials you carry, then the next question, do you understand your environment? So environment in here, your business environment, we're trying to say, do you understand the terrain? You must have an understanding of the terrain which you are, and understand what you are able to give into this terrain. So if these two questions are answered, and lastly, what you can give to this terrain, this will help you already to begin to crack a niche into the next generation. And what we will push in, when there's this understanding, then we ask, the next ask is the application of knowledge into it. And what does this mean? That the young chef or culinarians that want to drive as leaders in the future haven't understood who they are. Now, what do you need to give to change the world? Because it's important to note that you don't just want to become the next generation leader without offering anything that will change the story. Okay? So you have to look at what are you offering to the world that will make you be heard of or make people to listen to you. So then this is talking about the ideas, the innovations that you have. Today, we have seen so many things happening. A lot of chefs in Africa, and this is apologies to all of us that are here as chefs. Also, the chefs in Africa concentrate their energy in just trying to learn about the food and forget about the business of that food. So we go to culinary school, we want to just learn how to cook Asian cuisine, American cuisine, Japanese cuisine, and then African cuisine, but we left the business of the food out of it. So your competencies in cooking can take you, can take you not so far. Okay? It is the business of the food, the engagement in the business of the food that gives you a voice. Because you must have an economic voice, you must have a voice, and that voice comes out from the business of food. So I like to encourage all aspiring or young chefs that are here, or food enthusiasts, writers that want to really take leadership in the food space. There must be an offering that draws the attention of the people that want to listen to you, or the community, the society, or even the environment that you are. Being in Africa today, if you want to make a voice in Africa, you must have an in-depth understanding of African cuisine. You must have an in-depth understanding of the African food story. Recently, we just launched a book, Africa in the Plate. Now, this is as a result of this gap that we have seen. The story of African cuisine is not documented anywhere. It's not documented anywhere. We also want to get people, if you go to other continents of the world, you see people talking about, they don't talk just about the food, they talk about the ingredient, they talk about the cooking processes, they talk about the methods, they talk about all of this. But in Africa, we just talked about the food and the plate. So it's good that you will have to have an understanding, the story behind every dish. If today I want to talk about jollof rice, the story of jollof rice will have to start from Senegal. Okay? I have to start talking from Senegal. I have to start talking about Djeboujen. Yeah. No, don't nod. I'm a chef, I'm telling you. The story of jollof rice does not start from here. No, it doesn't start from here. Yeah. So sorry, Nigerians and Ghanaians. I'm really very so sorry for you, okay? The story of jollof rice starts from Senegal. And that dish in Senegal is called Djeboujen. And I can tell you, if you can just Google and then just check, then you will start. That jollof rice takes about 4 to 5 hours. 4 different pots. 4 different pots, and a lot of ingredients involved to be able to generate that. Now when Nigeria took it, it became a little bit softer and lighter, okay, and then we're able to bring out this. So for you to be able to be a voice, which is the leading voice of the next generation, you must have a lot of story intact. You must have an insight to what has happened before and the change that we are looking up for tomorrow. So as chefs, next thing I'll talk about the use of technology. Technology is one of the things that is driving a lot of things around the globe today. Okay, so we must be able to dive into hands-on when it comes to technology. The use of the different aspect of technology, the use of social media, the use of the different apps that are available to search, to check, to be able to apply. And when we apply them, this can be able to give us a voice as a next generation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. The true African chefs that really want to change the narrative of culinary and then be able to break barriers and then change the story of food in Africa. This is what I've done in the past 25 years, and today this is interesting to say that this is the story that we drive, and we are glad that today this is changing the narrative in the food space. Thank you.
Can we quickly have yours?
Okay, so I will just quickly have this. I will start with my defining moment. My defining moment, majorly, it's 2 years ago. I mean, I've done so many things in my career time, but this is really very laudable for me when I was able to put in over 100 chefs in the continent of Africa, pull them to Nigeria for a 1-week mentorship school. That was really, really a defining moment for me. The governor of Plateau State, when he heard that there's someone that brought chefs across Africa, he has been out of country for over 3-4 weeks. The governor requested that he want to see this team of people. And we're all in our chef jackets. Not all of us were able to go, maybe a number of chefs, and then we went in there. Now, not just the pulling down of the chefs to Nigeria, but the defining moment in here was the transformation of their mental being as chefs. Because one of the things we wanted to do, we wanted to really shift this chefing insight from where it was to a new ground. And we defined that year, during that event, we defined it as redefining the African chef. That was what we tagged that year. And every chef that had come into that conference and those that have joined us online, when they went back, there were news, there were transformation, things, everyone changed. So the story of this change was actually one of the things that was striking to me. We just came back from this same year also, we had that same conference. We brought them still to Jos. Why we're bringing them to Jos? Oh, because temperature is good. We can get everything that has to do with fruit, vegetables, everything we can get in there. And it was a little bit cheaper for us to host something in Lagos in hotel. We stayed in the #1 hotel in Jos, and we're able to pay it. But if we're in Lagos, we couldn't. So we stood there, and that was really a defining moment. Today, everywhere you go across the continent of Africa, there are chefs that are members of Chef Mentors Embassy. And chefs that knows, you can see strong difference if you hear there is you are a member of Chef Mentors Embassy. One of the things you will see, high level of discipline, high level of decorum, high level of professionalism, no excuses. And our leadership starts with us. So if we said this is going to happen, we will be the first people to start it. And that was how I think it became a lot easier. 2 a.m. we're in classes, 4 a.m. in the morning we're in classes, from morning till night, just to be able to ensure that within these 7 days that we have, we can be able to change a generation. And this is one of the defining moments that gladdens my heart. And then we see young men everywhere. After that, everybody wants to become a member of this family just because of the impact they have seen in the life of other chefs. Some of the chefs are here, some of the members are here, and then they are all around here. So this is a defining moment for me. I bet one of the moments that feels like it cracks was in the initial of my career. When I want to come into this, it was never a thing I ever wanted to do, but I was looking for a job, and then, Federal Minister of Culture and Tourism are looking for disciplined people that can be able to occupy the space. And I'm sure that I'm super happy. If today I bow down in retirement, I am glad. Thank you. When we heard about this, when we hear about the nomination, I'm a behind the house. I'm a behind chef. I'm a behind leader. I'm not the front of the camera chef. I'm always behind. I push the people in the front so that in case they are falling, they have a support system that can push them. So when we hear that somebody is able to X-ray and see us, for me it's really very surprising because I am not in the front of any camera. We're doing so much, but we wanted the next generation to be seen so that at least, work can be done.